Welcome to the Intercourse Show. I'm your host, Mr. B. Today we have a very exciting show for you. In this segment, we are going to have a little fun. We've been discussing dating lately and what to look for, what not to look for. I found a reel online on Instagram, actually. It's about a minute long, but it really depicts an example of whether or not you have the right type of woman connected to you. It's a gentleman who's out shopping with his girl, and unbeknownst to him, his girl is standing there, and a guy who doesn't know that she's with him comes and, shoots his shot. He just says something nice to her. Hey, how you doing? You're very beautiful. I'd like to get to know you. He notices the guy looking at the girl, so he asks the girl, "Is this your brother?" And she proceeds to say, "No, that's not my brother. That's my boyfriend." And then she pauses, turns over, looks at her boyfriend, and says to him, "Are you not going to say anything?" And he said, "No, I'm watching you. I want to see how you handle the situation." And unfortunately, she proceeds to give the man her phone number. It's tough, tough. It's a doggy dog world out there. But I think what it shows the young man is that she was never for you in the first place. So then there's a gentleman who actually posted the video, and he proceeds to tell the lesson to the young men out there about this scenario and the dangers, the potential dangers that's hidden within it. A lot of times men choose to be confrontational over their girl. No one can talk to them. No one can say anything. But a lot of times you don't realize you're not always around to supervise the behaviors and the attitude and the reactions of your girl. So what she does in front of you, it's probably a higher probability she'll do worse behind your back. And in this case, this man, she didn't even need for him not to be there for her to disrespect him. Let's go ahead and watch this clip, and we'll react to it accordingly.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You look very pretty.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna lie. Is that your brother?
No, that's my boyfriend.
Oh! I just thought you looked cute. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank
My
you.
bad.
I
You
mean,
feel me? I can still get your number.
you're not gonna say nothing?
What you say? It's you.
I mean, so you don't care? Like, he's talking to me, you're not gonna say nothing?
I care.
He's asking for my
What do
number,
you
and
wanna
you're
say?
not saying
I'm
anything.
waiting for you to say something.
No, you're the man. You're supposed to say something.
I'm supposed to say something right now?
You're the man.
What if I wasn't?
Honestly, like,
Okay.
you can get my number. Don't worry about him.
Okay. Here you go.
See, these women don't even know how to protect their man. As you can see, she prefers that her man gets into an altercation about her that could lead to his death, right? She even set the stage for it. Told him, "You're not going to do anything?" No, it was you who were supposed to turn away, walk towards your man, and grab his hand. That kills everything. The selfish nature of a woman, in order to get her dopamine release, she needed to see her man get into an altercation in order to please her. And truthfully, I would have did just like the brother did. If you even desire the attention of another man, I desire that you have it, right? If men can get your attention without doing the work that I do, without buying you the things that I buy you, without doing the work that I do, then why do I have to put in any work to get from you the same thing that apparently they can get for free? See, fellas, a woman like this, don't even trip if she's cheating. In fact, let her know that you're willing to share. You don't put too much effort and feelings into a woman like this. You utilize her until you cross paths with the woman that you're supposed to marry. Right?
Okay. There you have it, folks. That was the clip. Now let's weigh in a little bit. Did the advice that the guy give at the end a good advice? I actually think it was. I think it was great advice. Unfortunately, ladies, men ought to do more of this. step back and observe how you handle them, how you value them, how you honor them in the presence of other men. If while your man is standing there, you have an opportunity to show out for your man, to say, no, this is my man, but I'm happy in my relationship. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it as a kind gesture of yours, but I'm completely content with what I have. He's a great guy, and I know you'll find someone, worthy of you, but unfortunately, I'm spoken for. That would have been a ladylike way of letting the other man down and letting him know, hey, don't disrespect what I got going on with this dude here. So this dude, when he was watching her, I think that's what he was expecting. He was expecting for her to demonstrate to him, hey, I'm serious about you. I'm serious enough that I'm going to stand and protect your image. I'm going to protect your honor, and I'm going to be a good representation of you. Instead, what she did is she gave access to a man in the presence of her man to compliment her, and she can't help that. She's a pretty girl. The guy didn't necessarily know ahead of time that she was with someone. He just saw a pretty girl. I don't fault the man for his eyes working or for him even having, the guts to go and extend a compliment to a young lady. I do that. I don't fault the man for that. And I respect the fact that this dude didn't originally get confrontational, because a lot of times dudes be getting tight just because a dude acknowledges that you have a pretty lady and he goes and talks to her not knowing she's yours. He's not trying to disrespect you. He's just trying to talk to a person that he perceives as single. So you trying to fight this dude for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if the girl is giving him play, why would you try to fight him? The problem's with your girl. But in this case, you know what I'm saying? Like, this dude played it well. He was calm, cool, and collected. Why? Because he's secure within himself. He's like, look, I'm not going to keep someone around me that I have to keep a leash on. You're a grown woman. You can speak for yourself. I'm not always going to be around to supervise you and to tell you what to say. I'm not always going to be around to tell you don't talk to him. I'm going to sometimes have to trust that when I'm not around, you have what it takes to carry yourself. And you're going to be pretty outside of being in my presence. So people are going to notice that, and I don't fault them for acknowledging what you are, which is a pretty girl. So he did the right thing. He just observed. He watched. He observed. The whole time, the girl was trying to make a skeptical out of him. Oh, you're not going to say anything? As if he's supposed to be this tough guy, getting in this dude's face. What the heck? How you talking to my girl? I'm right here. Yo, why would he do that? That man's not an ugly dude. He can get women. Of course, if he's calling you his girl, that means he gave you the title of being his girl. He claimed you. But do you claim him? Ladies, you have to make sure that you honor your man's presence. In this case, this young lady didn't do that. Not only did she allow the man to continue talking to her while her boyfriend was standing right there, then she did a grandstanding thing by making him look bad in front of the other dude. Are you not going to say anything? You just going to let him come talk to me like that? Why would you do that? Because now you're putting a battery in his back to get confrontational with this guy. And what if this guy, shot him because he got confronted? What if he snapped and killed the other guy? Now, there's two people whose lives would have been affected simply because this woman didn't know how to handle a situation like this. But furthermore, she proceeded to give this man her phone number in front of the man. What if they drove in a car together? How is that car ride home going to be? Good? I think not. But I think for the man, he knew exactly what he needed to know. If I was him, she'd be lucky if she got an Uber for me. Just keeping it 1,000. For me, that's a level of disrespect you can't respect. You can't assume you're sleeping next to somebody who's your ally, who's for you, and in reality, they're your enemy. Those are the type of women that let dudes in the house to rob you. You know what I'm saying? They're setting you up, they're lining you up because they don't really value you. They don't respect you. And I think that's what the OG was saying in his clip. He was saying, why would a woman like that create an environment that puts her man in a compromising situation where he could potentially catch a case, potentially lose his life, right? He says, which I think accurately so, because a woman like that is a very transactional type of woman that you got to deal with. That's a woman that you can't put all your chips in that basket. You trying to build a future, a family with a person like that who throws you under the bus like that, it's not a good look. So what he's saying is, hey, women like that, you got to utilize them. Hey, maybe she got the good goods. You know what I'm saying? She got the good cookies. She got the good milkshake, and you having a time. But make sure you strapping up. Make sure you pulling out. Make sure that morning after pill is in rotation, because you cannot get stuck with that as your future. Because that woman like that, her mindset's already showing you that she doesn't have your best interest in mind. I've been there before. You know, I've been young and naive, and I wanted to assume that the people I had around me meant well for me, meant good for me. It's not always the case. And so men, young men especially, be mindful of the people that's around you. Observe. Watch what they do when you're there. Watch what they do when you're not there. Because what they do when you're there will give you some indication of what they may do when you're not there, probability-wise, right? If that woman was willing in front of her boyfriend to give her number up right in his face to another man, with him standing right there, she's going to be willing to open her legs up when he's not there to whatever man propositions her at some point. Can't put no eggs in that basket. You got to get out of Dodge. So the OG gave the advice. What can I say? I think I agree with the OG on this one. You know what I'm saying? Be there for some time, not for a long time. Get out of Dodge. That's my advice. Yours truly, Mr. B. I asked everybody watching to weigh in on the conversation, whether you're male or a female. Maybe the females may have some excuse for why they think that she was justified in giving up her number. Maybe the men, some men think it's okay, that she did that. Y'all weigh in. Let me know what you think. Start the conversation. If you're not already a subscribed member of the Intercourse Show, like and subscribe and let your voice be heard. Otherwise, stay connected. You know what I'm saying? We definitely enjoy your feedback. So lock in and share your thoughts. All right. Until we speak again, God bless.